are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is Russell Chad City. Got the whole team in the building, and we got some topics on top of topics. And you got the champ, T-Sean the One. And I'll let everybody else introduce themselves.
The one and only Hank Russell. Right here, baby.
Talk about a car crash.
You're the champ? No, you're a champ. You're not the champ.
Technically, I am the champ. I'm T-Sean the One, the all-world heavyweight champion. That's all-world heavyweight champion. Yes. See, right there. See that beautiful gold belt. That's me. All right, I understand that. Summer Bash 2022. All right. All right, guys. We have a lot to show.
Yes.
It wasn't Grand Stage. Somebody else was. Yeah. Somebody else made some championship at Grand Stage.
Do I
The only
need to moderate this?
What's going on, Malik? Malik X2 did what's up, my guy? What's up? But no, you know what, Hank? You might have to referee this because now Damien been talking some. You know what? I'm gonna keep it professional, kind of wing with this shit. But okay. I'm gonna calm down a little bit, but yeah, going right into the topic, unprofessional wrestlers. Unfortunately, we're not going to get into the local unprofessional wrestlers that are in AEW at the moment in time, and we've been seeing a lot of bullshit going on in AEW. I'm pretty sure if you guys caught wind of some of the drama that's been going on behind the scenes.
Well, I mean,
you got the old fucks in Kenny Olivier, old jazz hands.
Hank?
Well, I mean, I know Hangman Adam Page, he seems like he's coming off a little bit unprofessional these days. That's for sure. I mean, I can't imagine. I don't know. I mean, you go from being the champ to kind of being this on again, off again, worker on camera. You're not sure what direction you're going. And then all of a sudden you kind of make some heat with CM Punk in many aspects, like which, whether you agree with Punk or not, I mean, okay, here's the thing.
Name one thing that Punk said that was incorrect.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that even if it was Punk's fault, Tony Khan is not going to leave his best pony in the stable if he's going to ride in the Kentucky Derby. It's not happening.
Like I say, Hangman, if he thinks he's going to stay there, outlast Punk, he's crazy. The Young Bucks, they're crazy. Omega can always go back to Japan. They're dying for him to go back.
You think they pay him more?
Shit, yeah. And like I say, and Gedo is the only booker who's been able to book him properly.
Yeah, I mean, I think Omega, but isn't Omega like an executive behind the scenes over at AEW?
Well, right yeah, now? him and the Young Bucks are, but even before the Punk stuff came in, they had a lot of their backstage responsibilities downsized.
All right,
and now with all this shit, if Khan doesn't remove them from those roles, because it honestly doesn't matter who swung first. You got 6 motherfuckers going into Punk's space with at least belligerent intent.
Right.
Punk would have been a goddamn fool not to start swinging first.
Right. Well, my thing is that no matter whose fault it is, and whether Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks get fired, I mean, they've got Dustin Reynolds back there, or Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
Who else is behind the scenes? They've got
Arn Anderson, Dean Malenko. They have so many legends who know the business inside and out, and they're not listening to them.
Right. Jerry Lynn. There's another name that's coming to mind. Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. He's behind the scenes as well.
Well, yeah, but he was up there with them and all this nonsense. So,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But like I say, there's too much ego tripping going on. Because have you looked at the trios belts, specifically the side plates?
Right.
And who's on the side plates? It's the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Yeah. I mean, of course. And that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest problem, though. All the names that we just named outside of those three, you know, they're all behind the scenes now. So the ego is not going to be played in their favor. You know, those guys are not fighting for on-air spots. We tend to forget Kenny Omega was the champ for a year. I mean, that's why you really can't have the inmates run the asylum. And that's why
I've always been against, you know, bookers being active talent.
Exactly.
Well, even besides that, there's a lot more drama as far as people being talked of to leave AEW. And this is something that I wanted to chime in on. I call bullshit. You know, and the fans, the wrestling fans out there are the main ones I have a problem with. Wrestling fans out there have this delusional idea that, okay, when a wrestler is unhappy being somewhere, and they want to go taunt Tony Khan. They want to go taunt him, talk about, oh, why you're holding him, let him go. And this is the thing that people have to understand.
It's a contract. It's business.
Contracts. You know, these are grown-ass men and women that sign these contracts. Okay, let's veer off for a second. But we're going to still be in I believe, a perspective. I think we're going to still be in the same direction. MJF. Now, true or false, if MJF really was unhappy with his contract that he had, as far as the belief of the rumor was that MJF was unhappy with his current deal because he felt like he now should get paid more. That's a load of bullshit.
Right.
That's some I'm trying to be nice. That is some unprofessional.
It's pure D bullshit because he's got enough sense to know it's not time to negotiate in the middle of the contract. You sit there, raise your stock up significantly. When it comes time to come around again, you don't play nicely.
Facts. I felt like MJF is one of the big, if that's really what happened, MJF is one of the biggest assholes, is a piece of shit on that one. Because
if it was legit, Khan again would be a moron, and his father would probably step in and relegate MJF to elevation.
Yeah, and
have him job to every no-name loser there is, completely destroy his value.
I don't know. I mean, I think that MJF has created too much value for himself to ever become a jobber like that again. I just think that the simple punishment would be less camera time. That's simple.
Less camera time can still
look at your guy EC3. Look at what WWE did to EC3. I mean, came from a high in Impact Wrestling, went to WWE and NXT, and it just went just like, what the hell?
Right.
Like that, you can tone the wrestler's momentum down, like, because wrestling fans are more of a what have you done for me lately. People forget that MJF's whole stick comes from EC3. Have y'all forgotten that? Remember EC3, the nephew of Dixie Carter, and the whole I'm better than you thing, and I'm richer than the 1%ers and all that type of shit. That was EC3. That's why a lot of people were giving in the beginning. A lot of people were giving MJF shit because of it. They was like, that's EC3's gimmick. That's him. We know EC3 when we see it. But the thing about it, I think what made it better was when EC3 changed his gimmick. He turned into more of, like with this new promotion that he's doing now. His gimmick changed up. He changed his whole demeanor. So that's something that kind of smooths it out. But MJF's good at his thing. And also, don't get it twisted. MJF is who he is. He's a good performer. There's not much negative as far as within work-wise I can complain about. But the thing I'm tapping in on is the thing that people rarely talk about is the fact that MJF is that guy that literally, if this is true, if this is real, then that was a piece of shit ass move. It's bogus. The fans should have never supported, but it's the wrestling fans, for one, that are so, they're so, fuck it, I'm gonna say it, they're so pussy. All they do is
wrestling fans are toxic as hell.
To sit there and be, because I was reading the comments, he should pay MJF, and MJF has improved. He's done this. He did this. He did that. He did that. I'm like, whoa, are you serious? That's a grunt. For one, and this is what I want to say to a lot of the wrestling fans out there. Understand that these are not children. I would understand if these were kids, because that means that they didn't know better. They signed something and just did something, and you're like, yo, that's a kid. No, I know he signed it, but it's a kid. Come on now, man. I can kind of see that. But these are grown men and women signing these damn. They didn't complain when they got the contract. So what's the problem there? Now the problem is, I think I should have more money. So this is I'm saying again, this is alleged. Allegedly, that's his whole meaning. But that's his whole reason for the situation that happened. Malachi Black recently, from my understanding, it was a situation of where they were saying that Malachi Black wanted to leave AEW, and I'm like, okay, so Malachi Black wants to leave AEW. All right, I hear you, but people were, fans. This is just last week. Fans were literally saying, "Oh, Tony Khan should let him go to WWE, like release him from his contract, let him go to WWE." I'm like,
why?
Why? What is this? Why are we? For what? Why? Why are we gonna let this round fathead dude just leave? Like, for what? What is the point of it? And then,
but then Malachi comes up and calls bullshit and all of it.
Well, hold up. I'm gonna say this though. Malachi, he's not out of the loop, because he was fanning the Flames at one point, but he retracted everything and then made it okay, saying that, oh no, it's not true now. But he was fanning the Flames. He did pull it. Okay, this is the unprofessional stuff that I see a lot, that's going on a lot right now, is the blatant doing bullshit outside of the match, like literally in front of the fans, breaking kayfabe. Like, come on, bro. Hold up. Like, stop it. You know, cameras everywhere. Everybody's a blogger in these shows and the fans. So in the stands out there, everybody's a blogger. So they're gonna record everything that they see. Dude, chill out. Like, do that shit somewhere else. They'll do stuff like this, create a scene, and then be like, oh, I just need time. Man, fuck y'all. You're like, be professional. Do that shit behind. I'm one of those type of guys. I don't too much care for what's going on in the back. If there's a problem in the back, let that shit stay in the back. Because I'm gonna say one thing about AEW. AEW has been consistent. For its entertainment values, they've been consistent. They've been entertaining. So the only thing people got negative to say about AEW is what's going on in the back. But we technically don't really know. A lot of this, half of this could be a pure work. Just being 100. That CM Punk, Young Bucks situation could actually be a work. There's no solid evidence proof that this is actually a real thing. Technically, we really don't get no proof that it's real.
Right.
We got things, we got rumors. Everything is still 100% a rumor. That's why you see right there, it says rumor. It's going to say that on everybody, on every last one, it's going to say rumor. These are not facts. These are nothing. But also to the rumor killer, AEW's ratings have went up. One thing that I believe, that's why I believe that a lot of this shit is fake. I believe that AEW and these so-called issues that they brought to light, I believe ever since MJF situation, they noticed that fans are nosy. Some like us, we're nosy as shit. We want to know the scoop. We want to know what's going on. We want to know the gossip.
They're working them.
And they're working them. Because it's just, come on now. I mean, you mean to tell me if the Young Bucks are that unprofessional, if they're that rowdy and riled up, you mean to tell me they can't run down there and, like handle it? If they really didn't give a fuck like that, if they really did that, went to his locker room and it was like hoorah, what was stopping them? Oh, security. Okay, if security was stopping them from going out there doing the media scrum, wouldn't security escort them out? Wouldn't security stop them? Like, okay, hey, look, Tony Khan, we got a problem right here. These guys. So I'm just saying, think, guys, think, people. That it's not illegal just yet, but think for a second. It smells kind of fishy. Security.
The whole thing, the whole media scrum, press conference, it's all a work. It's all part of the show.
And it's CM Punk for one. CM Punk letting 3 to 4 guys come out there and like literally come in at his locker room and after he just got done going off. Now security everybody witnessed what CM Punk did. So you mean to tell me that the owner, who's one of the most studious and I mean on his shit type of businessman, Tony Khan, and say, all right, security, welcome to the. If this was really what it was, you mean to tell me he just neglected to make sure that CM Punk can get to where he need to get to safely? He didn't have security. So let's just something don't make sense here. I don't get it.
Well, there's an old saying: you can fool the fans, but you can't fool the ball players. And that doesn't apply in this case to the wrestling fans. You can't fool the fans. I mean, everybody knows that that's a work. It's a work because you don't disrespect somebody like that and come back on TV 2 months later. Come on. It's just, it's not good. It's a work, but it's meant to look like a shoot. That's the idea. The cloak and dagger days are is that the term? Cloak and window, smoke and mirrors. Those days are gone. The mystique is gone. So you have to do something to even make the most jaded fan go, maybe. So
and this has got everybody talking, hook, line, and sinker.
They with the exception of last week, they've been hitting in the millions ever. I think it was like what 5? Was it 5 weeks in a row? Was it 4 weeks in a row at the top rated show? And one of them was in America to be cable in America. AEW's been on the road. They're capitalizing on your noticiness. Everybody's nosy, so that they're saying, okay, you know what? We're gonna capitalize on all these people being nosy. We're gonna give them something. We're gonna. Did you say you was mad at me about something? Okay, let's spin that into a story angle. I'm looking at it. I'm eating it right on up. I think this is a full work. And it's actually bringing eyes to the product. It's making people talk, and eventually they're gonna get tired of talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at it. I said this. I think CM Punk came back too early. I don't think he was fully healed, but they needed CM Punk. They really did. They needed him to help boost it and push the story angle and do something. And him getting suspended gives him time to heal up. Think about it. It actually works to his advantage. You know what I'm saying? So I see this. I see this as a work, man. I see this as a big work. We're gonna move from this particular topic, and I want to go right into some local real quick. And we're gonna go back into some worldwide as well, back into some AEW, because there's many other different things to touch on. But I wanted to go local. Yeah. I want to go local in the regional area, Mid-South, if you will. This Saturday, or this past Saturday to be exact, guess who had their debut? Our former guest, Johnny Dotson, had his debut. And boy, was it a debut. Something that I want to touch on is our opinions, or if any of you saw it, I watched it live.
I did.
Opinions on Johnny Dotson's Love City Wrestling TV debut, and there are people that claim they got mixed reviews of Dotson's product and so forth like that. Facebook, social media.
Right.
Oh boy, was something else, man. It was social media was yeah. It was somewhere. It was definitely somewhere. People were talking. People were running their yap. People were it was a perfect opportunity for most. Perfect opportunity for many to just boy they let loose, boy they let loose. Did they not, Hank?
They did, and I think it has great potential. I really do. I think like anything else, man, you can only improve if you keep pursuing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's got great potential. I really do. You can judge based upon the first episode, but then that's where you have the first episode, and then you got the 20th episode, and you look back and say, wow, they did this better than they did the first episode. And that's where I think it's going to be.
I was listening to a lot of I'm listening. I was reading the comments, different posts. I was getting stuff was being shared to me as well. Mainly everything came to me via share. And let me say this before I got off the point. Thank you, fans that be sending me stuff in my inbox, man. Thank you. Keep doing it. Like keep me informed on everything that's going on, because a lot of times I don't some things that I haven't seen. I think a lot of folks was just trying to get off, man. I'm gonna be 100. It was the perfect time for many to start spewing, saying what they wanted to say, and I witnessed it.
Jealousy is a mother.
Okay, you say jealousy. Okay, and some of these were not opinions. I'm gonna say this. Some of these were not opinions at all. Some of this was just folks saying that shit that they wanted to say. They wanted to get a broke, they meatball headed ass chest. They wanted to talk shit. And this was the perfect chance and time for them to talk shit. Let me talk to the guys in the business that had their say so and that had intentions behind this. This was the dumbest time ever to come at somebody about a television. And I shout out to the brother Tattoo, who was on her not too long ago. I saw his post, and we might even pull it up here, but I saw his post, and boy, he went in. He was talking his shit on his post, like he had a marathon of talking shit. And and we said this on Wrestle Chat. We said that dude, you take it, you go edit it, boy. I don't know what it is about him and black promoters. I just don't know. But boy, does he let black promotions like have it. But hey, maybe whatever, that's his issue. Or maybe him and Johnny just, I don't know. They need to handle that. Him and Johnny need to get that off their chest. Whatever the fuck that is, they need to get that off their chest. But Tattoo showed his disapproval, and many others showed that disapproval or their opinions and so forth like that. And I read them out. Well, no, some of them I heard. We got to see videos and live streams like that. And this is my thing. That was the first show. Now, that's what it was, but it's kind of a what was he supposed to do? It's the first damn show. So what was you expecting? I mean, was it a hit it out the ballpark? The show was in a safe zone. I'm gonna say that, and this is what I mean by that. Johnny didn't do nothing too much, and he didn't do nothing too little. Every angle and everything he did was safe. I mean, he stayed within the realms of telling a simple storyline. The simple storyline that I gathered was the buildup of how Charles won the championship. Okay, I mean how he got the championship and the formation, the agenda of the formation of Torture Chamber. So they showed them coming, attacking Poker, Then Dotson, you know, their whole grievances with Dotson and so forth. They win the title, and who's gonna stop them on their tirade? Then we go into, you know, we see other guys. We mainly see the tag team. The tag team is forming. We're seeing who's who in the tag team division. That was it. There wasn't a lot. There was no sloppy wrestling. So it wasn't that. We didn't get sloppy wrestling. Like for one, I gotta say, East Coast, man, them old heads can cut up. Them old guys was moving, Hank. They were moving.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
So,
like I said, I personally haven't seen it, but no one who's involved, you know, it's, you know, Dotson's got, you know, some good talent there. What do people want off episode 1?
Like
if you give them everything, they're going to complain. If you give them nothing, they're going to complain.
I don't think
you know, so Johnny just did what he did, and guess what? They're talking about it.
I mean, I once said it before. I said, I give it 3 episodes. No, not in today's time. 3 episodes. I was saying to my brother, I said, hey, I get it. You want to go by the old school structure. It ain't happening, bro. Like, it's a new age. There's new fans. And even the older fans, they have short, like everything. There's short tolerance. They ain't got all that time to be sitting on their back watching. You got to get to the point, you know. It's going to take 3 episodes. So episode 3 and anything after that, so you start losing people at the 3rd episode. You either gain or lose. So it has to be up to par. Now this is my criticism on the show, as far as story angle wise, because they've had time to be able to watch others and see what they're doing. Why? Because it doesn't really explain why is Johnny Dotson sitting back? Why is he not involved? What are you doing? Why are you not an active competitor? Why did you start it off like? What's up with that? If you got a company and there's people in place to run the company, all right, you're one of the best athletes out there. You need to be mixing it up. You know, you need to be adding to the product. But Dotson's approach is kind of the TV stereotypical, where he's holding back. He's an authority figure of some sorts. Now that's that weird vortex. But you know, and now you see Buck Skinner messing with him and poking the bear. So we pretty much get where that's going. We know eventually something's gonna happen. All right, so we're gonna get that payoff. But it's like, would you have rather seen him? You know, Johnny already mixing it up. Getting busy with somebody, getting in the ring and actually wrestling, or would you wait and let there be a storyline build up that we all see where it's going, but it's like, all right, we're gonna have to wait. But with this waiting situation, that's what I'm saying. Are the fans going to be patient enough to wait? Because once you lose them, that 3rd to 4th episode, that's it. I mean, hell, ratings have dropped tremendously on other local stations. Like people stop watching. You know, once they feel like it's goofy shit, there's nothing to watch. Like, I heard all the negatives, and I heard about I can't watch that shit. I can't watch. Okay, once people make their mind up, that's it. There is no I got a big episode this week. People don't want to hear that. They don't.
Right. And I could agree with you about the whole 3 episodes thing, but you know, don't give up. You know, don't give up just because, you know, you may not be doing as well in 3 episodes, or you are doing as well. Don't give up. You know, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, you can't
ride it till the wheels fall off.
Well, now there's a way to get yourself back together. Once you say for instance, after the 3rd episode, people are like, okay, this ain't. They're gonna drop. If you're not at the point, if your shit is not literally something that they can't get at the other promotions, then they're gonna drop. They're gonna leave you.
Agreed.
Now, how you get them back is promotion. Promotion. Do like NOCW does. We get out there. We got a following. We promote. We don't stay in one area and just be content. We move. Devil guy, you know how it is. We make moves. We promote. People show up. They there. Johnny's going to have to give the people what works and what makes the things exciting. Stop trying to stay safe and do what the boys are telling you what to do. For one, a lot of information is going to come from your inner camp. That's going to be information that some people are envious. A lot of people around you, they watch you and they're very envious of everything that you do, and they resent you for that. You can help out half the guys you've known in the past. They'll resent you for that. They'll fuck you over. They'll cross you just for that. Just because you was there for him. Just because he gave me a shot. Like, you got people that are literally snake you. So my advice is, man, go left field. Go where others can't go. That's what we did. At NOCW, we went to places. We brought a thing called Deathmatch back to the city. Nobody. Devil guy, let me know when I'm lying. Nobody. Hank, let me know when I'm lying. Was doing death matches in Memphis, Tennessee at that current time when we brought it back. It has been years and years since sex and violence has been gone.
Yeah, and for good reason at the time. I mean, we just got through like what, a 12, 14-year span of like having PG rated type wrestling. You know, local wrestling has to reflect that, and that's fine. You know, I mean that was that 14 years. That's when it comes to pro wrestling, that's a generation right there. I mean, that's longer than a generation. You know, the Attitude Era was what, 7 years, 6 years.
Ooh. So with that being said, as a independent promotion, we didn't leave it up to death matches and hardcore wrestling. We didn't leave it up to that, but we made sure that was a stable within the promotion. Then, because like right now, you see VCA's hardcore division. That's some horrible shit. That's some horrible shit.
That shit makes me sad.
At Wrestle Chat, we do not pull punches. Love the guys, but that hardcore division, dude, that y'all need to VCA, step it up. Step it up. Don't that hardcore. What are you doing?
Send me your hardcore guys. We'll see how many make it back.
Watch CZW. Watch Glory. Watch. Man, look. Just stop it. Kill your hardcore division. Whatever the hell. That I sat down and I watched 2 episodes of VCA doing the hardcore matches and stuff. It was just like, what are they doing, bro?
You could make it through the entire match?
I made myself. I did. I made myself. But VCA's hardcore division, dude, stop it. Y'all totally disgraced the hardcore division. Like, what the fuck was I don't know what that's about. But hopefully they can get it better, bro. I mean, I don't just keep it real just to beat down somebody, but y'all fucking up with the hardcore, like, badly. I'm gonna tell you what others are not going to tell you. They gonna stray away from telling you that. And in your deepest of heart, you know that hardcore division is whatever y'all. Watch some NOCW videos of our hardcore stuff. Learn from that. But this goofy shit that was being done with their hardcore division, I put my hands up on that one. I ain't got nothing to do with that, but I don't know what the hell they
It's softcore, if anything. I mean, you can do hardcore and be more entertainment and, less ouchy. Look at the Crash Holly stuff from back in the day. That stuff was hilarious.
Yes.
Crash.
So it can be done.
Yeah, Crash Holly can actually wrestle though.
24/7.
But it's Crash Holly, Norman Smalley. Those guys brought entertainment into hardcore, and it was less scary. Whereas you have guys like anybody in CZW. Well, back in the day, CZW sucks.
That's what VCA was headed. I think they were headed in that direction to make it more attitude, goofy, hardcore, 24/7. I think that's where they was headed. But that's my thing. You know, when you pander towards just that and you try to make it like that, like that. See, that was WWF's comedy relief with that. They made a little comedy, but they had something to make up for that. They had the Attitude Era, which was the Attitude Era. This was a part of it, but they had other things. They had the Stone Cold feud. They had the Nation. They had the Nation of Nations. They had the freaking Ministry of Darkness. They had other things that had a tone to it. They had the silliness, the seriousness, the wild, outlandish, the actionness. All of it. They had a heavy dosage, and that's what we brought to NLCW. Was literally you had different stuff. A tag team division. You had the serious parts. The not so serious parts. We had a balance of different things going on, as far as that made the show tolerable for fans. They came there. That's why they paid $20-something to get in. That's why people will pay. NLCW is the only promotion, and I'm gonna keep mentioning it because these are valid points that we lived. And once I run back and once we start running it again, we're gonna live it again. But fans paid $20. Am I lying, devil guy? $20.
Hell no. They paid a lot more than that at Grand Stage.
Yeah. But $20 to get in the show. When the last time we seen anybody try to do, the only person that'll charge higher has been and could use was drawn at first is my old friend Reyes, you know, but whatever's going on now, I don't know, you know, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But I still think he has what it takes to draw. I still think he has what it takes to draw.
I think he just had, or he's gonna have Del Rio again.
Yeah. I heard Del Rio. I think it's on the 30th. They got a show on the 30th. On our next episode, we're gonna be showcasing all of the promotions and their current events. But let's segue right into Championship Wrestling. Championship Wrestling came right on after Bluff City Wrestling. Now, I'm not done with Bluff City Wrestling. We're gonna get back to that one. But Championship Wrestling from Memphis, I saw something. I'm sorry, Hank, I gotta do this. I saw pandering at its most. Yes, indeedy. I'm gonna say this. This is where I'm getting at. At Championship Wrestling, I noticed something. It was heavy to me. Like it was like they were getting ready for something, and they said, "Let's pander to black people." Swear to God. Maybe it's the thought of being a genius in the room that made this individual say, "All right, look, let's focus more on the black folks on this episode." And I truly believe you can't tell me that this was not a reset to offset Bluff City, because Dotson was obviously coming with more black talent.
Right. So
to get to that, Dustin clearly pandered, because you saw Ray. You saw the first opener was a match that was from like weeks out that had King on there winning, and he featured nothing but black folks in the beginning, and then like the women's match, he featured a promo about the women's champion who was Cassandra Gold, who was black. Like it was so much pandering. I'm like, oh wow, I've watched Championship Wrestling before, and I ain't never seen that many black people being just like it was just an overload of just black people. I'm like, whoa, is this?
Well, I mean, okay, well, let's be fair though.
But I'm gonna say before you go, Hank, I'm gonna say this. It was more of a damn if you do, damn if you don't. Yeah, he better have pandered, because it would look like, okay, this promotion looks like Memphis has a very high percentage of black people in there. So seeing that Bluff City is on the way and got the majority of the roster is black, it's like, okay, well, yeah, you better do something. But this one was heavy. It was a lot of pandering. But go ahead, Hank. Cheesy shit.
Need to point out that Mark Anthony has been the or what's his name? Greg, what's his name? Anthony. I forget his first name. I've commentated actually his matches in the past.
Are we talking Dyersburg?
No, we're talking about here in Memphis, the one that Dustin Starr promotes.
Oh, okay.
He's been the champ for
Mike
2
Anthony?
months, and he looks like Vince Carter. So
You still the champion?
yeah, he's been the champion for about almost 2 months now. Matter of fact, my buddy Brian he has his own podcast, and he interviewed him the week after he I believe the week after he won the championship, and this was back in July. So
whoop that trick, bruh. They real deal came with the yeah, they started the show with whoop that trick, the song.
Well, yeah, that's because, I mean, think about it, man. Like Dustin is a representative of the Memphis Grizzlies now, and a lot of the stuff is going to be tied into the Grizzlies. He's got the connections now. I mean, him and Brandon Johnson are the MCs there, and so there's going to be connections to that. As far as pandering to black folks, I mean, 70% of the city is African American. I mean, so if your roster just happens to have majority black folks in a tri-state area, or even in the city of Memphis, then that's what it is. I mean, I don't know if he's necessarily pandering, but that's the way the dice have rolled. And I have to say that I know half that roster, and man, they're a pleasure to watch, especially when they're at these other local shows as well. Over there, they have to tone it down to like 6-minute matches and stuff like that, depending on the place that they go, or depending on what they do. But I don't know if it's necessarily pandering. I think it's just more, that's the cards that you dealt, and that's the cards that honestly need to be played. They have some fantastic talent over there.
Make sure I'm understood here. What I'm saying is this particular episode was fixed and structured to pander.
It was highly suspect.
It was very suspect.
I didn't see the episode, so I can't give an opinion on it. I can only give an opinion based upon what you just said.
Ditto. Obviously, I can't stomach championship wrestling from Memphis either.
I enjoy it just because what's his name, man? Like, I mean, I know Precious, and I know
Mike Anthony, right?
Do what? Yeah, Mike Anthony. That's it, Mike Anthony. I don't know Mike well. I've called his matches in the past. Really enjoy him. I think he's a great wrestler. I think he's got, I think he's developed his charisma just over the last 3 or 4 years alone, and I think he's fantastic. I enjoy his stuff.
Like I said, I'm putting things in perspective. No, this wasn't what I said was not a knock on the talent. What I said is basically it was kind of obvious. Many black, and also to put things in good, real clear perspective. A lot of black people were literally, before I even said it, it was brought to me like, "Yo, this something seemed different about this episode." It was very like blackish. Like, hey, hey, black people are here. Black. But I say good for my friends, Cassandra, Mike, all of them, King. Like literally, they were heavily featured in this show. This was like you can tell it was catered, who it was catered to, and it was the pandering. And also, I know I said earlier it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. This is the tactics that you have to do to counter promote somebody. You gotta counter Bluff City. This guy's coming with this and with their XYZ. So we're gonna prepare our show to be geared like this, and we're gonna look hit. We'll look like that. Please tell your partner to cut that ugly ass catchphrase, like kill that shit. Who
was that?
Oh yeah, the Kool-Aid man chant he always does. That's some goofy. I can't.
Who does that?
The Dustin dude.
Who does it? Okay, I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah, cool that shit out, man. You like about 50 or something, man. Like
I hadn't been to that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I never.
I like watching his pod. I like every now and then when I don't watch it all the time, but I watch his podcast. I like seeing when he becomes real. He doesn't do the goofy shit. He becomes like real all of a sudden. But yeah. Now I watched the episode, man. I don't know what's holding championship wrestling. Like they're just not. They're not horrible. They're not horrible. They're not because VCA, as far as television product, VCA just I don't know, man. They got it.
Why is it so dark? Every video of their show I see, it's like dark. Turn on a light.
Yeah, that's lighting. That's lighting. That's the lighting. It's just I don't know. VCA just maybe they're just not for us. They're just for select. But I feel like when you put your stuff on television, you're trying to make it for everybody. But VCA is if we was to really just literally say stop right now and say all right, top local wrestling television product right now, who is it in order of least to least? No, greatest to least. I'm gonna say Championship Wrestling. Only by default of that Bluff City has just started, so we're getting the identity of them. But a lot of public wrestling people don't know. If you want to look at ratings, you can see ratings. I give you the sites where you can actually view the ratings of each television station. They went down ever since when Championship changed from the Hollywood wrestling and ratings were down. So it's just it's not the highest, like it's not what we would think it as far as ratings and that aspect, but still regardless presentation wise, I'm gonna say Championship is by default number one. Number two, I'm just gonna be real with you. I know it's early, but I'm going Bluff City on VCA. Like the first episode was better put together than I've seen VCA. VCA, I don't get it. Like they be having names and all of that. It's just one time I saw Carlito on the episode, right? Hey, look at me. I saw Carlito on the show. He looked about lost his head, like whatever you guys want, man. I don't know. Look, man, just pay me, goddamn. Like it was just like, what the hell are they do? I don't know, man. It looks weird. The show looks weird, man.
It looks generic.
Horribly generic. It's just.
It looks generic. You know, like almost like. All right, like when these mainstream wrestlers or ones that used to be in the mainstream, you know, they come in, they do they get paid, they do a little walkthrough, even if they have a match, you know, it's more of a walkthrough. I mean, I understand why they do it, but that's what you're getting is very much generic.
But wait, Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee was on there.
On Championship Wrestling?
Oh, BCA. They were on there.
Oh, they're on there a lot.
They were on with, I don't know if they still do that show, but they were on there. Was it last year? Was it last year?
No, Lawler was just on like the last episode.
Okay. Well, yeah. Weird. It blows your mind. If VCA has been known to they'll bring names. They will bring names, but
if Lawler's involved, that's the reason why. Obviously, he's got the connections. I mean, the guy's been in the business for 50 years and has connections. You know, I mean, the guy's friends with The Rock, for crying out loud. He's the number one movie star in the world.
Let me stop you right there. No, let's put some respect on Lamar and company. You know, they've been bringing people before Jerry came there and did the television show. No,
where do you think they get the phone number from, though?
Money talks.
I know money talks, but you got to get the phone number and the contact info somewhere.
I mean, I was able to get people's it ain't hard to get like literally just. Well, I know a lot of famous people at the same time, but it's Twitter, Instagram, hit them up. You can contact with a lot of stars off Instagram and Twitter, or just hit the agents up. But I get, fortunately for me, I got friends that are in the business that have done way bigger shows than I can ever imagine, and we're all very tight. When I go out of town, I'm at their shows. We're kicking it. and they got all like I was hanging out with Enzo. I was at Enzo, Matt, and Jeff. All like we was all at one show. Kurt Angle was there too.
Oh,
but yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was in New York. So I'm around that type of audience, but at the same time, but I was hitting up most of the talent on my own on the social media, on Instagram and Twitter. So my thing is to VCA get some new writers or something. Some like I was rooting for them at one point, but it's like it just I don't know. It's I want to see them do more. I do. I truly do. Because I don't. One thing about me is that I don't really like, dig it. If I see something that's not together, I'm gonna point it out and call it out. But I'm saying it only to hope that it's gonna get better, because I always try to give some type of advice to it, like, yo, maybe this should be tried. This should be tried. But VCA has been stagnant at the same level for forever. When I hear people talk about VCA, like just regular fans, the real wrestling fans, they do not fuck with it. They always, they say this shit. All right, they look generic. They look these guys. Like, I'm like, okay, all right, and that's it. I'm like, all right, they don't want to talk about it, but championship wrestling is more presentable. They are the number one right now. But Bluff City definitely has they have a chance. But to everybody that was talking they shit about Bluff City, get back to it. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. They're like, stop it, bro. Stop it.
Jealousy is all it is.
To be fair, if you're going, Bluff City hasn't been doing. It's not. I think I made this analogy last time we talked. It's like Stevie Ray Vaughan is one of the greatest guitar players of all time. It's not that Stevie Ray Vaughan is a better guitar player than me. It's that he's been doing it longer.
I gotta say, cut what Jay Cargill say. Cut the shit, Tony. Like, look, cut the shit, y'all. Be honest. It's too early in the game to even. Now, I critique Bluff City the best way I could. There's not nothing to really go off of and say, oh, it's an awful show. Oh, this is like this. No matter what differences me and Johnny got, me and Johnny always butt heads. But the one thing that man knows about me is that Tishon gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't gotta pander to you. I don't gotta tell you, hey, this. You try to get like I bust him out on air. I'm like, dude, you didn't hit me. But like I will call out the shit that needs to be called out. But when it comes to his product and what we saw Saturday, it was safe. I saw safe. It was nothing but just safe shit. There was nothing high. There was no, whoa, it was just, okay. That's why I say, you on ball time right now, Johnny. You got to come with it, man. You on ball time. And I might just, you know what, Hank? I think, they got a show this Saturday. I think we should possibly stop by and they might not let us in. They might not let us in, man.
If I'm not if it's is it in the morning or in the afternoon?
I'm gonna see, but they probably won't let us in. There, like, hey man, you was talking.
I may be doing something in the middle of the day, but if it's at night like the other shows, I'll probably swing by and say hello.
Okay. Somebody inbox me. They said check the comments. What we got going on in the comments, guys?
It's mostly Raja. He was correcting me what Mike Anthony, that was his name.
Can't compare 30 minutes.
Cassandra won the title a week before that. Yeah, it's just
no. And also, Raja, if you didn't understand what I was stating is that the put togetherness, like Roger he know damn well what the hell I'm talking about. He saw it.
The presentation.
The presentation was smashed up nicely. It was a fuck you to Dotson. It was a clear fuck you. Like, hey, look, Dotson, look, black people constantly putting like it was there, and he got every right to do that. I gotta say, if we were counting the battle of fight right now, I gotta say, Dustin whooped his ass on Saturday. That's just being 100. Dustin whooped his ass on Saturday because Dustin had plenty of time to get ready. For what? You guys like, oh, you finna run on that day? Okay. All right. I'm finna have this presentation just ready for your ass. So he did it the way he did it. And if we gonna rate and pick a winner, I'm gonna say definitely Dustin won that one.
Sure.
But Dotson, the third show, we got to see something, man. That slow ring, like I felt like there was shit that could have happened on this particular show that could have been great. Like it really could have. He could have came with some fire, but I think that's Dotson's way though. That's Dotson's way, and I think he mentioned this. He wanted to take an old school approach, and I'm like. It's really what have you done for me lately with the fans? Like
somebody needs to buy that man a calendar so he can see the year.
Hey, that's double game.
That's funny. I like that.
But Hank said you like what you've seen. It's
got potential. That's what it's got. It's one episode, for crying out loud. I thought it was good, and I thought it had good potential. I think that, like I said, in 20 episodes, like we'll look 6 months from now if they're still around, and it's going to be a whole different ball game than it was 6 months before.
I hope. I definitely hope so. That's why I said I still stand where when he was on the show.
Always growing pains.
Yeah, I still stand by what I said way back when. I was there for that taping, and like I said, I'm still saying the same shit. Is that I was like, it's not bad. It's not super good. It's just passable. Right. Like it's passable, but I know what people are looking for. They're looking for they're looking for the bang. Cause okay, let's look at AEW. AEW came out punching motherfuckers in the mouth. They came out punching. So that's what I was looking for. I was kind of hoping for,
but see, on the flip side of that, yeah, AEW came out strong, man. They was the shit. But then when that sophomore growing pains set in, boy, they started tripping over their own 2 feet.
They really did.
And Dotson's probably trying just to avoid that. So instead of immediately running, he's walking, then run.
But no, luckily for AEW, what you're talking about, that little blemish, WWE was doing bad too. So that helped them out. The WWE was
WWE at that point had been doing bad for 15 years.
But no. What I'm saying is that it was the consecutive releases. So a lot of that shit that was going on with AEW, it was swept around under the rug because it was like, well, there's more attention over here. Who they gonna cut next? We were worried about who's gonna be released. All of a sudden, what? Braun Strowman? What? Like that kind of overshadowed the groggy part that AEW, like that little slump they went in. That really overshadowed that. Then all of a sudden they came back with Revolution, and I've been on point ever since then. So my thing is, you can come in punching motherfuckers in the mouth. Just keep going and keep it going. But all it is having people that's creative on your writing side. I don't think Dawson really, and that's the thing that you have to break away from. Find people that you know are entertaining, people that you know are exciting. Get you some writers. Get that, because you're going up against a championship wrestler. They're going to tighten up now.
Yes.
They're going to tighten up now. I mean, Dotson champion was that Bluff City Championship, Bluff City Wrestling. I'm sorry, Bluff City Wrestling is going to make them move up. I do not. Dustin's not an idiot, so he ain't going to go later and let this Bluff City progress, because more ads, more advertising, more companies, they're going to watch and see, because Bluff City is in the spot that Championship was in.
Right. It's going to get naturally competitive, and that's what you want.
That's what you want.
That's what you want, especially for TV time stuff. You want it to be naturally competitive. It needs to be healthy, of course, because unfortunately in 2022, things are not as strong as they were 25 years ago. And so it has to be a natural competitive. I reserve the right to change my mind whether it's just as popular 20 years now as it was 20 years ago. I reserve that right. But I'm just saying that it was the talk of the town up until the Power Pro days. And after that, things kind of slowed down. You'd have Lawler do a promotion here and there on TV, but it would not last long. And
so okay.
You mean like when he came in and murdered KAW?
I do remember that.
What? Oh, wow.
I worked for the KAW reunion back in 2002.
Now, my question is, and Hank, I want to, depending on your timing on this one, but my question, Hank, is back to VCA, because that's the other promotion that's on television. I believe still on television. What do you feel like they can do? Like, what advice you got for them?
VCA?
Yeah.
I think they need to promote more because I'm not 100% sure when they're on. Number two, that's a halfway kidding thing I said. Number two, I think they need to have a little bit more better camera angles. And I think they need to have a little bit more, if it's taped, because I'm assuming it's taped.
The lighting.
Yeah, the lighting is a big one, of course, but as far as like throwing in a little storyline here and there more often, like in between matches or something like that. That's the world we live in now. It's the podcasts are.
And how about some charisma?
We're conversationalists. We admire a good story now, and it doesn't tell. There's not a whole lot of stories outside of the wrestling. I think that the matches are short, but they tell good stories. But there's got to be more substance to that, and that's just where in my personal opinion, that's where VCA needs to come on. And I don't. What are they on? You know what I'm saying? I don't know when they're on. I know when the other two organizations are on.
Sometime in the middle of the night on Channel 3.
See what I'm saying?
But it's like, and the one thing I've noticed about them, from Jump is not all of them, but there's just there's a gang there that have like zero charisma. They look bored.
Well, sure, and that comes with time and experience. I'm going to assume that these guys you're talking about are probably younger.
No.
Really?
Yes.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you that if you don't have the charisma and you're at a certain age. You can say what you want to about AEW, WWE wrestlers, but if you have zero charisma, they're not going to book you because you can find anybody to do a wrist lock. You can find guys that are great workers that can take arm drags.
Hell, even guys like Malenko and Benoit, who weren't, overly charismatic, still had a presence about them.
Thank you. Yes, they did. There was a presence about them. There's a reason people give a lot of shit to these older wrestlers that feel like they didn't deserve it. Oh, they deserved it. They didn't just get put on there because they weren't, they may not have drawn the money that like their counterparts did, but, without getting off topic too much, that's what it's about. You have to have some charisma if you're going to be on the top. Batista was the drizzling shits to me. Like, I think he was a good wrestler, but in that ring, he didn't do anything differently than a heavyweight did in the 80s. But he looked good. He had a presence about him. He had charisma. I mean, no homo, but he was the type of sex symbol that the women wanted back then. And that's
apparently a lot of the divas did. I don't know who had a bigger hit list, him or Punk.
That's true. Or Cena. But You know, I mean, I could name 10 guys that are better wrestlers than some of these guys, but they just, if you don't have charisma, then you could possibly be a mid to low carder in your career.
Roger, it doesn't matter if it's a 30-minute or if it's an hour. Your show is your show. Your presentation is still your show. So I get where you're trying to go with the time part, but it doesn't. We can't. We're not comparing time limits. We're comparing the product. I've seen shows just run for an hour and do better. Hell, you got shows that run for 2 minutes. I'm sorry, 2 hours, and they're better than a 3-hour show. Or there's shows that run just an hour and they're better than a 2-hour show. So I don't get what you're trying to say with the whole timing part.
I think I understand where he's coming from. You know, but I think I understand where he's coming from because
I don't think it's valid. I don't think it validates them not being good.
I think there's a way. Yeah, I mean, it does. It reviews of its reviews of the event. You know.
VCA is showing the show. That's their show. Okay, then technically, all of my reviews of their show. I was at the Bluff City's event, so is that a review of the show? Like, no, bro, no, Roger, you didn't even come on with that crap. It's not a fucking review. It's the show. It's what they're presenting for their 30-minute spot, for their hour spot. So let's cut. Jay Cargill talking about it. Cut the shit, Tony. Cut the shit.
Is Bluff City only 30 minutes long?
I think
or is he talking championship wrestling or BCA's only 30
I
minutes?
can't remember. I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot. I know that was only like 3 days ago, but still.
I don't think Bluff City was not no. I don't believe it was 30 minutes, but that's what I'm saying. But still, 30 minutes or an hour. That's not even it's not relevant as far as to the time margin is not a thing.
No.
It's not a thing.
Not in regards to production value.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's why you got to get guys that are good at the production value side of things, because 30 minutes is a small window of opportunity, especially, you know, if you're trying to put, like, if you do a 30-minute show, each match is 6 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
3 times 4 is 24 minutes. So you're lucky.
You're only going to have, a couple three matches, because there's got to be talking.
And
counter Rogers' point. I believe we said VCA was 30 minutes. To counter that, what are they 30 minutes a review of what? They don't have sellout shows. They don't have you have to present something. Something has to come with it. So they're still presenting a show. We've had 30-minute sitcom shows that were just as entertaining as an hour sitcom show. So what are we getting at here? That doesn't. I get what Roger's trying to say, but to say that it validates them sucking or not presenting a good product, that is piss poor. I wouldn't even like. It's not worth even mentioning. It's either your product that you're presenting is good or it's not, and it's not. So there's no scapegoat on that one. No, I'm not gonna sit here and baby somebody's promotion and don't worry about it, man. You guys suck because you're in 30 minutes. Don't worry about it. Like, no, hell no.
You in trouble now?
We ain't doing it.
Mm-mm.
We ain't doing
Raja said, "Bring them on." You in trouble now?
No, I'm about to get off. I'm about to get off because.
Hey, don't run from Raja. He won't hurt you.
No, I'm not worried about Raja. I'm about to go to bed.
He won't hurt you much.
No, Raja's a friend. We've known each other for a long time. Raja's cool, man. I hadn't talked to him in a while.
He don't want to come on here. He don't want to do no type of talking. No type of talking with me about nothing.
Oh.
Marvin Payne says Bluff City is 1 hour. Yeah, I figured that. Thank you, Marvin.
No, Raj got all the respect in the world for me, man. He's always been a good dude to me, man. He needs
go ahead,
matches back in the day. I'm gonna tell you.
Don't hang up off here, Hank. Thank you for hanging with us, guy.
Yeah, sir. Let's do it again, and let's do it again soon.
All right, man. I no, Roger don't, he don't want to come on here. Be talking to
We want Raja. We want Raja.
You're not a we. You're definitely not a we.
Do
You're
it.
not. I said you're not a we. You're not a we. But now, Hank is always a pleasure having Hank and bringing him on board to the team. It was a no brainer. It was a no brainer. You know, got to have Hank in there, and Hank is.
We just got to get him to stop using the government name.
Hank has been a great supporter at NLCW, man. Like I remember the first time he pulled up the game, man. I was kind of like, and he ended up bumping into me. He was like, "Hey, man, you know who runs this thing, man?" Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Some guy they called out. But he had nothing but positive things to say when he didn't know who I was. He had positive things to say. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I couldn't make him say something negative. But I remember he came to me, I enjoyed myself. This is a great show. I was like, okay, you know, and he just came, paid his money, came in and enjoyed himself. And I was happy to hear that he enjoyed himself. But also knowing his background in wrestling, that's dope. It's good to see somebody who's had experience, and especially on the local level, and still enjoy it. You know, still enjoyed the show. But at the end, I'll say Bluff City, the TV debut. I feel like you have to be a little bit ridiculously arrogant and just all out full of hate. You know, if you're gonna try to say that Bluff City, it's not in the league, it's not in the. No, it's not. That's the first show, but it wasn't. It didn't suck. It wasn't horrible.
Damn one, jeez Louise.
And that's the thing that's saying Bluff City is that Bluff City is not horrible, and it wasn't. Wow, it wasn't that. It was completely safe. So you can't. I feel like you can't really go off anything. Like you got no other choice but to go to the second and third episode. We got to see what they look like. People talked about. I heard people talk about the. No, they was about not the production. They was talking about the camera angling and something like that. I heard Dotson say something about that. About the camera angling. That wasn't the major problem. You know, it's just there's some things that he's gonna have to work on as far as going forward. Because I'm hoping that the next couple episodes, you got to come with that fire. You got to come with it. You know, if he don't hit on the second, you better hit on the third. I mean, it's because people are going to eventually get bored, and they're gonna make their assumption. Even though we can still say it's unfair to prejudge the programming so early, but still, there's other things on television. There's other streams. There's other this. So that's something that can happen, and it more likely will happen. So my heart is out there. It's just saying, yo, man, do your best to get there, man. You know, just shake it up.
Give it time. He'll get there.
Well, we see that on the roster. Let me talk about the roster just for a quick second. We see that they got Don Montana, the former All World Heavyweight Champion. He's on there. You got Big Charles. You got Armageddon. You got Ace. MJ Davis. Ray. Buck Skinner. Is it APW he's from? Buck Skinner. You got East Coast. You got Brody Hawk, and it's part like you got quite a few people on there. I guess we just got to see the direction they're going to go in. You know, and seeing that Don Montana's in a tag team, man. All right, okay, on television, yeah, all right. It's, to me, it's once again, it's that same thing. Put them like I feel like when people feel like they don't know what to do with Don, they put them, they try to put them in or they go in that direction. We gonna see, man. We gonna see where this goes. I, Dot, I think Dotson maybe he doesn't know, but he knows because he was at Grand Stage. He was at the Grand Stage that Don Montana came to, and Don Montana debuted it and had the crowd going crazy. I mean, it was, yeah. You had, especially when you had me in the ring and Don Montana in the ring, the pop was real. So my thing is, where we gonna go with this, bro? Like, the guy definitely got the people, but are we gonna push him back? Because literally, it's a shame. No, I'm gonna go back to the promotion, the LCW real quick, Devil guy. It's a shame that when Don was in LCW, the dude was like literally the guy. He was the champion. People wouldn't really try to give him that push. When we put him in that light and he got that push, give or take, he's with hard as heat. But at the same time, he held his own. So for anybody to try to say he's green or I don't know about all that. Like, if and this I'm gonna say this too. For a lot of people that's trying to say who's green, a lot of us are sitting on here on the lowest level, which is the indies, the local Mid-South wrestling scene. We green because when you go up to the big leagues or anything like that, you still gonna look lost, no matter how many years you've been in the game. So I see guys that are considered veterans that can't cut a promo for shit. That still fuck up in the ring more times than often. So my thing is, let him go. Let him do his thing. He's gonna catch his wounds. He's gonna lick his wounds and can keep going. But he got through NLCW fine. Did he not, Devil guy? I mean, I thought he presented himself as in a way that it came across presentable as a champ. There was more progress.
He did really well with it up until he decided he wanted to just run off because the grass is greener somewhere else.
No, his Don's departure from NLCW wasn't the grass is green over here. No, it was scheduling. That was the thing was scheduling. I wanted for this show, but he was already booked on certain days, and I was like, okay, that was the thing that we came to crossroads. Okay, well, I said, well, what you want to do, man? Because you got this and you got that. You got these shows you can book up for, and our schedule was not conducive because he was already booked for quite a few shows on those certain select days. So that was the only thing, and that's why the title went up. So. It was like I said, it's still when I see my brother, man, that's why we didn't leave off on no bad note. It was just timing, scheduling. That was it. The one thing that we saw that I still love to this day was the fact that once Don became All World Champion, everybody wanted to put their belts on. I mean, that he had certain belts before, but putting the main title on it wasn't really a thing. Then all of a sudden, bam! These people want to put on. These people want to do like that's beautiful. That's the progress that you want to see. So for anybody that says he's green, well, they was putting the title on the green ass dude. If y'all want to say that, but bro definitely has some talent. I love seeing him attend the seminar with EC3 and Austin Aries. He really went out there and applied himself. All of them went out there and applied themselves, man. Rest in peace, Devin Taylor, man. He was also one of the individuals that was at seminars, and man, I loved it. I love seeing that talent literally came out to learn something and literally apply themselves. So and then also EC3 and them spoke very highly of Don Montana and Dip. You know. And also Big Charles. They also talk very highly of them. So that's where we are right now, man. That's exactly where we are. And I think overall that concludes my take on everything. You know, as far as today and dealing with the unprofessional wrestlers of AEW. And
I do have a question. It's something that we have not touched upon. Fan participation.
oh, ooh, I tell you what. We're gonna touch on that preferably tomorrow. I want to reserve a whole show to it. With the permission of you, sir. Because
oh yeah.
I think that one needs, yeah, yeah. And you know what? I sure have it, and I got it in the chamber. It's waiting right here on the share screen. But I said, you know what? I ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it like that. I'm gonna hold off. We'll hold off, and we'll give it its proper respect because this needs to be talked about properly. And that's coming from the champ. Champ, baby.
Which champ? Which champ? Because there's two of us here. Hello.
There's only one. Tishon the one. Champion.
Yes, you may be the one, but I'm first. I always remember that.
No. I am the one beyond the one, and I am the champion. The all world heavyweight champion.
And I am the first. First blood. First there will be blood.
I am the heavyweight, and I am the world champion. This title has been to Japan, UK, Canada. I mean, of course, around the states, Pennsylvania Pro. You had, I was out there in Vegas. This title's been around, so we have an official world title. So I am the all world heavyweight champion. Yes.
Yes, but I'm still first. Thank you.
It feels good to be champ, though. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, much
yes,
love.
It does. Yes, it does.
I mean, you know, but first blood.
I mean, you know, who was the only champion to raise a belt at Grand Stage?
Hey, shut your mouth, man. You know what? You getting on the roof. You getting real disrespectful. To be in the presence
there was only one.
To be in the presence of an all-world champion. I'm not a world champion. I'm an all-world champion. To be in the presence of an all-world champion, you sure being mighty disrespectful. Ooh, you being real disrespectful, man. Like, hey, mind your business, bro. Just tread lightly. You see the gold. You see the red leather, the royal red leather. See that? All that. I need you to be respectful, man. Be respectful to this title. So respect it.
I mean, it's shiny, it's pretty, yes, but it's just not very violent or even ultra violent.
Let me say this though. Keep shaking that title's ass in my face. I might snatch that one too. Okay?
Oh no! You don't.
Oh.
You should stay up there in the
days.
clouds. You should stay up there in the clouds. You don't want to come down here to Barbed Wire City.
Sometimes gods come down to spar with idiots, preferably town idiots. So I'm gonna say this here.
What is a god to a non-believer?
He's still an idiot, town fool, town idiot. Just know that. Look here. If I so happen to want to, I will snatch your little title.
You wouldn't want to do that.
Now I am the creator of the Hardcore X division. I am that sick dude that I once was. So I mean, look. You know what? I'm getting beside myself. Look here. I'm gonna let you keep your belt. Okay. It's probably about. It's probably if I take that from you, you might just let me be generous, and I'm gonna allow you to keep that belt. Just because if I put more gold on me, it's gonna be heavy, And I ain't been working out like I'm supposed to be. No, I ain't been lifting the weights like I'm supposed to be. So
or just maybe I'll come to the penthouse and rearrange the furniture and take that one too.
You sure you want to make a threat like that? You sure? I'm just you know what? You funny, man. You funny. Look, bro. So I'm gonna let you slide with that one. And being that I'm an all-world champion, I think that means that I need to kind of, understand that you got issues, and your issue ain't with me because you ain't shit Nimbricks, bro. You ain't got no gold like that. You don't have a crown like that over your head that literally is heavy. This is heavy. Now you got a title. You got a prestigious championship that's been held by some NOCW greats, but this is a beacon to all comers. This is what these guys be coming for.
Oh yeah, they'll come for that one because they're scared of mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna yawn on that one. Thank you, folks, for tuning in today. This has been Wrestle Chat City podcast. You heard the team: Hank, Devil Guy, T-Shawn, the one beyond the one, the all-world heavyweight champion. Yes, that one.
Yawn.
Are